from believing that they have a right to just take things out,
good furniture, good stuff,
to continue thinking doing the same thing again will still keep them out of trouble.
Where did you touch her?
I know this over here.
On her side?
Yeah, just to make joking.
Joking?
Yeah.
Here are 4 instances when home intruders were caught red-handed. But first, let's start with this case of this alarming 911 call.
What's going on?
I got shot last night. An invader came in the house.
I'm sorry, you said you got shot?
Yes,
Who did you get shot by?
an invader. In back, he's dead on my kitchen floor.
Who's dead on your kitchen floor?
The invader. The guy who came to rob me.
The caller here is an 85-year-old woman who claimed to have been shot by an intruder who came into her house at around 2:30 in the morning. When officers arrived at the scene, they discovered the elderly woman handcuffed to a chair with multiple gunshot wounds to her body.
Hey, I'm gonna roll you over, all right? Ready? Okay, yeah.
As if this wasn't shocking enough, officers even found another body of a man just a few steps away who happened to be the intruder and was shot by the woman. The woman explained that she had shot the intruder in self-defense and that her son, who was unaware of the incident, had helped her call the authorities 8 hours after the incident.
She was handcuffed to this chair. She said he did it. Okay. He shot her. She shot him. You got a gun here? Yeah. No, you're good.
How are we looking over here?
How many
gunshot wounds do you think? At least 5, 10 or more.
Garage over here. The door's open.
Do anything further for him? I don't think so.
The male intruder, later identified as 39-year-old Derek Condon, was confirmed dead at the scene. Officers also discovered that the woman had worked with the Olympic shooting team and owned a gun shop, which explained her precise shots to the man's heart. The woman was transported to the hospital for treatment, while investigators continued their work at her house. One thing remained unclear to the investigators. How did the handcuffed woman manage to shoot the intruder?
Yeah. This is weird. And you can that. Was she legitimately handcuffed?
She was.
You had to do
I had both hands were around that chair.
The chair, the handcuffs were around the chair, and she was handcuffed. I watched him undo the handcuffs.
I had to put my key in each one and unhandcuff her.
Someone shot from right here. Yeah, someone shot from
He swears he did.
While investigators continued their search, they discovered a trail of footprints leading to the suspect's car, but it yielded no answers. That changed when the woman finally recovered and recounted what had actually transpired. She then woke up at around 2 a.m. to find Derek standing over her, who then struck her with a gun and forcibly handcuffed her to a kitchen chair. Derek pistol whipped her and demanded to know where she kept her valuables before heading downstairs and going through her gun safe. Most people would freak out here, but not this woman. Seeing this as an opportunity, she managed to move the chair into her bedroom and retrieve her .357 handgun from beneath her pillow. Silently hiding the gun, she waited in the living room for Derek's return. Upon his reappearance, she confronted him and fired, hitting him twice. Official reports later confirmed that Derek was fatally wounded by a shot to the heart. Despite sustaining at least 7 gunshot wounds herself, the elderly woman miraculously survived. While the intruder in this first case learned his lesson the hard way, the same cannot be said for the individual in this second case.
Back up! See! This guy right here?
In the early morning around 2:30 a.m., Ohio police received a 911 call from a terrified woman reporting a break-in at her house. However, what seemed like a simple intrusion at first was far more serious when the woman described.
What's going on?
Some guy just broke into my house. Ow!
You said he just broke into your house?
Yes. I'm down.
Broke into the residence and is being detained by one of the residents of the house.
Yes, please hurry.
What?
Yes, he's got some guy got on top of me.
8124, you clear on it?
Yes, he's down there right now.
Officers quickly responded to the scene and found the intruder pinned to the floor by one of the residents.
the ground.
I have mental problem.
Turn around.
Upon seeing that the suspect was already on the ground, the officers wasted no time and immediately placed him in handcuffs before proceeding with anything else. Once the suspect was in police custody, the officers began to look around to ensure everyone's safety. They then questioned the woman who claimed to have successfully pushed the suspect away. After clearing the scene, the officers decided to speak with the suspect, with whom they were already quite familiar.
Do you understand more? There is a judge of the Butler County Jail, Butler County Court. That is my house. Go inside, and my mind is crazy.
Your mind's crazy?
Yeah, my mind is crazy. I am a psychiatric patient, and I start see her like beautiful, and I just touch her. But I don't open my clothes. I don't open the clothes. Just
Do you know what day it is?
I don't know.
Do you know what year it is?
2024.
This is Akshat Dimal, who had become quite familiar to the police. This latest encounter was not his first. He has had dozens before this. For instance, just last July in 2023, the police were called because he was seen peeking into people's cars. When police arrived, Akshat's actions turned it into a serious incident for himself, resulting in him being charged with a dozen felonies. Then, only 2 months later, police visited him again when he tried to forcefully enter his neighbor's house. Despite receiving a warning that time, he didn't seem to learn his lesson. In March 2023, he was arrested once more, this time for sexually assaulting a woman, and again, he received only a warning. And it seems that he thought he could get away with just a warning, but this time, things are different. The police weren't going to let him off with just a warning.
What was your intention going in their house?
Because I touched their daughter. That's why attention is going to their house.
You thought their daughter what?
I touched her daughter, and just touching her daughter like just carry like a girlfriend. That's why tension is going inside the house. I'm a mental disorder.
Okay, I get you that you have a mental disorder, but I'm not understanding why you went in their house. Something about a daughter?
No.
Despite the officer's multiple attempts to ask him why he had done this, Akshat wasn't telling the real reason. Instead, he gave a lame story about someone telling him to go inside the house. It's also worth noting that he mentioned having a mental illness, possibly hoping the officers would let him go upon hearing he wasn't mentally fit. However, he was taken back to the station where another officer tried to question him. Since he still wasn't ready to disclose the real story, he was taken into custody and charged with aggravated burglary, kidnapping, abduction, and gross sexual imposition. However shocking was this case, nothing compares to the next one.
You were jumping out of a window or jumping across roofs last night?
On June 18, 2023, Wisconsin police reported to reports of someone jumping between rooftops and the sound of breaking glass. While officers were on site, they also heard gunshots nearby. Despite searching the neighborhood, they found nothing suspicious at first. However, the next morning brought a surprising twist. Police received a call from a man who had found a stranger in his attic.
Hey, I put my firearm. Put your way. Turn around.
I just told him, come in here.
Turn around.
I'm trying to come in.
Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Have a seat right here. Right here.
There you go, boss. You get a search?
No, I have not. Stop. Just hold still. You got anything on you we need to know about?
No, sir. Look at my leg.
You got any weapons or anything?
No, sir.
You got any weapons up in that attic?
No, sir.
Huh?
Carpenter?
You live on Carpenter?
Oh, shit.
Familiar.
At this point, the officer didn't quite recognize Robert, but suspected that he knew him, and judging by his evasive attitude, the officers were quick to confirm who he actually was.
Did you hurt your leg jumping out a window?
Were you jumping out of a window or jumping across roofs last night? What's your address? Where you stay at? Huh?
Across the way.
Yeah, what does across the way mean?
Oh, that's Carpenter right there.
You stay on Carpenter?
Yeah.
I think I've seen it before.
This house here? You running around last night on a rooftop?
No, I came across the thing.
After you crawled out of the attic?
Robert may have successfully escaped the scene last night, but he couldn't evade the law. Thinking hiding in someone else's attic would save him turned out to be a grave mistake. Instead of helping, it only led to more trouble for him.
What we got?
Is it nose or crack?
What you got?
No, I do them personal use.
I don't care if it's personal. Is it nose or crack?
I don't know. I think they ecstasy.
Ecstasy?
Yeah.
No, they're using that. That's not ecstasy, bro.
That's not?
Maybe.
Well, we'll see.
Along with the drugs, the officers also found the gun Robert had hidden in the attic. Before his arrest, Robert was taken to the hospital to treat the broken leg he suffered while jumping from a 2-story building the previous night. He was later charged with 3 felonies, including armed robbery and recklessly endangering safety with a dangerous weapon. In both cases, whether evading the police or hiding someone else's belongings, hiding is hiding.
You on camera?
I'm quite sure I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
But taking stuff.
I don't see how that can be possible.
On May 22nd, 2024, a man in Chamblee, Georgia, discovered that his belongings had been stolen after he arranged to peacefully vacate his apartment before the official eviction date. When his friend arrived to retrieve his things, he found that the locks had been changed and the apartment was empty. The friend contacted the victim, who obtained doorbell footage showing 3 maintenance crew members entering the apartment and leaving with the victim's belongings. The police were contacted and arrived at the scene to investigate.
So you said there was some miscommunication going on?
Yes.
Tell me about that. What's the miscommunication?
I don't want to throw nobody under the bus.
That's fine.
But I'm just a follower of many things, but we got the message that it was going to be an eviction for today. I was told to go ahead by my supervisor, Sammy. Let's go get it, take it out, hurry up before it hit the curb. So he already told me what I can get. Everybody got stuff, not just me. But I have the stuff. If you want it back or if you want to sell it to me, we can do something. But if you want it back, I'll give it back. No problem.
I got you.
The first suspect, David, admitted to taking some items, specifically the couch and the bed, but claimed it was a misunderstanding as he had believed the eviction had already happened. After speaking with David, the officer informed him that the situation was serious and could be considered burglary based on the new information. However, before drawing any final conclusions, the officer still needed to speak to the other 2 suspects.
Over the course of the weekend, you and some other employees were seen entering into his unit and grabbing his belongings.
So, I didn't grab anything out of the unit as far as his belongings, but it was trash. Other than that, I did not take anything out of the unit. What was trash? What was considered trash? As far as like the perishables, the food that he left out that was just sitting right there, that was it. But besides that,
was there an eviction notice or?
It was so I was off for a couple of days last week. So when I got back that Friday, received a message, went up there, peeked my head in, bugs, gnats, etc. Trash. I don't touch stuff when it comes to eviction, like their personal property. But no, sir, I didn't do that.
What did you tell anybody else that they can go, like give permission to go into the unit and take belongings or anything like that?
No, sir, why would I do that?
Sammy denied the allegations. He clarified that it is normal for maintenance personnel to enter units during an eviction process to remove trash, but not belongings. While Sammy's and David's accounts did confirm taking items from the apartment, albeit trash, the next and last suspect denied taking anything at all.
You know, stuff like
Was there a maintenance request?
You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, there was a maintenance request, you know, to change the lock or whatever at the time. And, you know, it was a maintenance request, you know, to go out there, you know, see what was going on out there, you know, for trashing out process and stuff like that.
I got you. So, was that it? Just a maintenance request for the change of the locks and to check the condition of the unit? Was there anything that was requested to take the items from the unit?
No.
Did you take any items from the unit?
No.
You sure?
Nah,
you didn't, or you're not sure?
No, sir, I did not.
Havar denied taking anything with him, despite being seen in the footage carrying a TV out of the apartment. The officer knew he was lying and decided to confront him directly about the footage, hoping Havar would tell the truth.
You on camera?
I'm quite sure I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
But taking stuff.
I don't see how that can be possible. Because I don't got nothing in my possession saying that I took anything, Officer Black.
I didn't say you still got it in your possession.
No, I'm just
I'm asking
saying.
if you took it.
No, you know what I'm saying? Saying that I took something?
I'm asking.
Nah, he didn't tell nothing.
Okay.
Despite being given another chance to confess his crime, Havar maintained his lies by telling the officer outright that the video could be wrong. After speaking with each suspect and locating a few of the stolen items, the officer informed the victim. However, the victim refused to take the items back.
So I got some good news, some bad news, some news.
What's the good news?
Good news.
Bad news.
Bad news is I'm getting 3 different conflicting stories. Of course,
Yes.
to be expected.
Okay.
Good news, I found your bedroom set, your sofa, and your 2 nightstands. If you want them back.
I don't want them back.
Or if you want to hang out, you can.
I'm gonna hang out because I want to press charges. I'm not gonna.
I got you.
With enough evidence from the video footage and the conflicting narratives from the suspects, the officer, along with the victim's request, proceeded to arrest all 3 suspects on burglary charges. They were apprehended one by one, and after being placed in handcuffs, they offered to speak to the victim to resolve the issue.
What to do so we can rectify. Give me some.
Get his stuff back. Right.
I can only do one thing at a time.
I'm sitting right here.
Oh.
I ain't going on.
I got you.
Despite their offer, the victim did not want to speak to them and insisted on their arrest. All 3 suspects were charged with first-degree burglary and transported to jail.